Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. My name is Hayden Sullivan, also known as Urchids online, and I'm a voice actor. I have been for a year now. I wanted to make this video both as a milestone thing for myself and to see all of my accomplishments for this year and also just to share with you all. To maybe just catch your interest in voice acting or just educate you in things you may have not known prior. Now, this isn't at all a educational or just overall training video, I want to say. This is mainly just for myself. I wanted to make this video and I wanted to share it with people. So, we could celebrate me being a voice actor for a year. Oh my gosh. A year. It's crazy. I know there are a lot of very well versed, knowledgeable people in this field, and voiceover workshops are amazing. They'll teach you about the industry, certain parts, and whatever. I am not calling myself one of those people. So everything from this video should be taken with a little bit of grain of salt. I am just making this video with the purpose of sharing my experience and hoping people might compare and contrast or be inspired by my journey. So, where do we start? Well, I think I should start off from where I come from and how I even made the decision to become a VA. And I'm going to be using VA as the acronym for voice actor from now on in the video. So, I'll start from the beginning. Back in 2018, I graduated high school with my theater award and began my journey into double majoring for computer science and theater arts. However, during the first 2 semesters of my college journey, I encountered the reality that is college life, which I'm not going to go into, sort of say. And additionally, I was part of a program that offers the first 2 years of college completely free. Free. I wouldn't say that. There was a lot of downsides that came afterwards, which I'm glad I left that program. But just to give you the TLDR, I dropped out and signed up for the Navy. And in November of 2019, I left home and joined the Navy. I learned a lot during those first initial 9 weeks of boot camp, one of which being my absolute fondness of theater and how much I missed it. I dropped computer science, but only after I had picked up a job requiring it while being in the Navy. So I went to Navy A School, which if you don't know what A School is essentially your first year-ish, you are being trained to do a specific job. And then COVID hit. It hit pretty lightly compared to the rest of the world. Nothing really changed for the military. The only thing that changed was the requirement of masks inside and outside buildings. Eventually, outside of buildings, we got to be, mask-free. Progress, for COVID. But afterwards, though, I graduated from A School and went into a new program that was brand new to us E1s and E3s, which is going straight to C School. I flew to C School, flying from Florida to Texas, and completed a short few 12 weeks and went to my first and last duty station after 3 years of living in actual hell that I hated because the work was boring. I just didn't like it. And I'm not going to go into detail what duty station I went to because the people at that duty station, they are really nice and they love their job. They do everything. It's amazing. But it just wasn't for me. I didn't like it. And so I left. And that was the turning point for my career. I learned a lot while being with the military. A lot of things that aren't really relevant to this video, so I won't go into them. But 18 months prior to my military expiration date, which was just the end of my contract, I submitted my separation package, getting ready to, separate. So then, during those last few 18 months, I discovered Joe Zija and his educational improvisation and impersonation videos. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a funny watch. Just look it up on look it up on YouTube. You can search Joe Zija and find all kinds of videos that he has on his channel. He's hilarious. He's awesome. But one of the biggest things I got from Joe Zija was Joe Zija's Voice Acting Academy. With this and he announced it. He announced it that year, which was 2022. I want to say it was December of 2022, and it was like a deal of a lifetime. It was almost too good to be true, but he's a trusted voice actor, and he's making this amazing, voice acting academy with almost unlimited information on the voice acting industry, accessible anytime with my account for the low price of $300. And I was like, whoa, that's really good. So I was first in line for this opportunity. And in February of 2023, it came out. And oh man, what a time to be the first class of Voice Acting Academy. Tons of information, QAs, and just overall a great place to be in for being in voice acting, because in 2023, AI had just started being like a danger to voice actors. And so having this information was a huge step up compared to AI practices and stuff. It was genuinely, it was a fear coming out of the military for me, because I was going to be full on, I'm going to start a VA career, I'm going ahead, I'm going to do some research, figure it out. But with this class that had just came out, it was amazing. It was just overall incredible. And so I started it in February 2023. However, I'm still in the military, so I didn't really get to utilize any of that stuff. But that didn't stop me from, doing a little bit of practice rounds for auditioning. In fact, the first audition I ever participated in, which has finally, the cast for it has finally been announced, was the Freaks of Laurel Creek. And it was fun. But my setup was definitely not good. In fact, I put little to no effort in my setup. However, it was a pretty small, sizable apartment room. It was roughly like 3 of these, because I can stretch my arms out all the way to end on both sides. It's a perfectly like 4 foot by 4 foot room. This room, it's nice. The apartment was much bigger. But afterwards, I finally, after 4 long years and suffering and mental anguish, I finally left the Navy. I went home in September of 2023 and immediately started getting to work. In my new home with my very supportive family, now I spent a month doing research on finding soundproofing, sound treatment, mostly soundproofing, because at that time I still didn't really know the difference between soundproofing and sound treatment. Now I do. These panels right here, these are soundproofing panels. They help keep sound in, out, whatever. Sound treatment, I don't have professional setups, but I have this pillow. And my little guy. Say hi to my little guy. And a big, it's a closet. There are jackets in here. Sound treatment, soundproofing back here. Know the difference. And there's a huge difference, but I'm not going to go over it. Just letting you know, this is soundproofing, this is sound treatment. But afterwards, after I had set all of this up, improving it over time, of course, because you can never be fully 100% about a room that's made for dead silence, I started auditioning, which we shall now go into the meats and potatoes of where I officially start my VA career, which is like in October of 2023, which it's a month prior, or at least me of recording this, it's a month prior. From a standard point in VA careers, you will mostly only get 1 out of 100 auditions back, and sometimes those auditions will even fall off, unfortunately. That is just the reality of being a newer VA. I can personally vouch for that. I have gotten a lot of stuff, not back and forth. There's been a lot of back and forth things that I've received that I've just never gotten back before. However, there's been a lot of stuff that has come to me and it stayed. It sticks. It's awesome. In October of 2023, I got my first audition back. That's exciting. It was unpaid, of course, but still very cool. And it was very, very professionally set up. It was for a student film, which I won't state the name of for right now because they haven't released anything about it yet. I don't even know if they will, but just as like a nice habit to keep as a VA, I'm going to keep myself under a false NDA, which I've not signed anything with them. I could talk about it if I wanted to, but just to be nice, I won't. I think it's also just to be wise to do that. However, the first job I ever got was a lot of fun. And I met a lot of people during those weekends of work. We only did 2 weekends. We did general lines one weekend, and then walla lines on the next. You know, like the hee-hee-ha-has, the fun stuff. And it was a ton of fun, and I still talk to some of those people to this day. Afterwards, I found a comic dub company that was slowly building themselves up and making these awesome little comic dubs, with permission, of course. They've gotten permission from the authors of said comics. It was a ton of fun to do. However, it was a lot of work to do for free. And I didn't want to undersell myself because I wanted to make this my career, and I wanted, well, what was best for me. And so I ultimately decided to just leave the company. They still make videos to this day. They're an awesome group. I believe they're called Toonerator, off the top of my head. It's been a while, but for some of the work they've done, it's great. It's fantastic, and I would totally recommend them. More work that I found, but I want to say it's like breaking open a fortune cookie, where it's like, oh, it's a nice little gesture. I'm glad I have this. However, it's ultimately useless to me. I discovered voices.com. Now, this site, it's a site, to say the least. For some, it works great. It's fantastic. For others, like myself, it's ass. I have auditioned for a ton of stuff on Voices, and I've received literally nothing. It is extremely competitive, and the only jobs I've received are either scammer jobs or AI jobs that are somehow allowed on a pay-to-play site. There have been other sites I've looked up and reached out to, but I've just never felt comfortable working with them because, well, I've gotten a lot of feedback and looked at feedback about their sites. Also, just a little tip bit I wanted to add, because I have a script. I'm reading from a script. Oh no, he's fake. I'm not fake. I couldn't find a good segue to drop this into my little script. So I just wanted to bring this up because I feel like a lot of VAs do this, but they don't really talk about it. I use a cheat sheet. Now, what's a cheat sheet? It's simple. I have a copy-paste document I use that showcases what I do, my websites, and all other things the client is probably looking for. If they ask for anything specific, I just add it on as requested if I don't have it. It's nothing perfect, but frankly, neither are we, so it is perfect. Back to what I'm talking about. We eventually climb our way into November, and VA-wise, not a lot happened. I went to South Korea with some friends and went to the League of Legends Worlds watch party. That was a banger. I started doing little side jobs there before eventually restarting my Twitter account and looking for casting calls there. I started following mutual VAs that I found there and instantly realized just how wholesome the VA community on Twitter is. Like, specifically Twitter. The VA community is really nice there. Also, how defenseful they can be as well. The amount of anti-AI that roams on my feed is always substantial. I never, ever see no anti-AI for the day. And so, VA Twitter to you, hell yeah, fuck AI and everything AI art and AI voices stands for. Fuck those guys. After I discovered Twitter, I discovered this lovely document that showcases all of these voice acting communities and agencies, and discovering that I should probably get a demo reel. Now, I've been told you should wait for making a demo reel at least a few years in. But if you know me personally, I am impatient. And I'm glad I am. Because these two amazing demo reels I've gotten made have gotten me a bunch of little jobs and auditions. People have come to me and say, hey, your demo reel is amazing. I would like to have you on. Now, of course, most of these jobs I get are unpaid. I do this full time, but I don't do it enough where I can make it on my own. I have the full support of my family. They allow me to do this, and I thank them so much. If it wasn't for them, I just would not be here. And I think I've already said that, but again, I'm emphasizing it. They have done so much for me. After I got my demo reels, I started auditioning for rosters. Now, rosters are cool because, well, they're owned by other VAs, and they think that the VAs that are on their roster, that are allowed on their roster, should get these auditions as well. So, if you didn't know what a roster was, that's what it is. Bam, pow. Some I got back from them, some not so much. I didn't get a lot of auditions for these rosters. I am on a bunch of them, I think. I think. I've gotten about, I want to say 3 rosters have definitely gotten back to me. If I'm on more than 3, cool. I don't know. But roster auditions are really freaking cool. They are a lot different than your normal auditions that you may find browsing through Casting Call Club and Twitter. And so it was just a fun little interaction that I've gotten. However, after a few months of just sort of meandering through Twitter, going through casting call jobs, etc., I finally find a amazing job that I genuinely am proud of to be a part of, and that is Glass Heart Retold. Now, I'm not a romanceable character. It is a romance novel video game. I was the comical history buff roommate. However, it's a freaking video game, and I'm a part of it. Holy cow. Like, holy cow! It's not even halfway through the year, and I'm now a part of this cast. And in July, they released the game, and it's posted up on Twitch, or Steam. Not Twitch, Steam. You could probably find some Twitch streamers here and there. Drink water. However, for more of which, it made my day. It was awesome to finally see something that I've been working on for so long already, for like 6 months, finally come back to me. Looking back now, you could say that, I didn't have a lot happen my first year of VA. However, you could also argue and say that I am one of the lucky, if not few, to get a massive head start against my fellow peers. But because while this is a competitive career, I want to help my fellow peers. I think it's unfair that there's a lot of information that is gatekept from newer VAs, and I am fortunate enough to, discover some of that information. Like, there's a lot of LA related information that I'm just not aware of because I don't live in LA. That's just the way it is. And so I wanted to share my experiences with you all and see what I could possibly do to help people. Right now, the only thing I can do to help people is ask them to follow my Twitter account and just keep an eye out for stuff I repost on there. Because all I do on that account is repost casting calls and occasionally drop a few funny tweets. So I'm hoping that this video inspires you to continue doing what you want to do, even if it's not VA work, because time is the most precious thing a person can gain from you, because it shows them your history and experiences. Just don't undersell yourself. There's a ton of crap that you can do. I've been a part of a lot of little projects. Overall, it's been hella fun. And I just wanted to make this because, it's been a year now. But, you know, I hope you all have a nice day. I just wanted to drop this little tidbit because it has been a year for me and it's been an awesome year. And I'm in a whole bunch of more stuff that hopefully you all will get to see in the near future. I just wanted to drop in, say how nice you all are, and see you all later.